Hey guys, Ellie here with another episode of Walker Quests. Today's lineup of quests is Champion of the Drowned Catacomb, win 2 games where cast a black or blue spell, All is Dust, cast 15 colour spells, Champion of the Dragon Skull Summit, win 2 games where cast a black or red spell, and the weekly quest is, as a community, cast 200,000 colour spells. Today's deck is what I call Eldrazi Agro. It's a red-black deck, mostly using devoid cards. We've got a few black and red spells in there for a bit of extra damage. So, Fiery Impulse, Twin Bolt for a bit of removal, Rev Soul also for a little bit of removal. We've got Rune Servitor, just something to add in to bring up, help pull out a few cards. And it's a nice cheap card. 2 mana for a 2/2. When it dies, draw a card is actually pretty decent cost. Mostly got cards like Culling Drone and Sky Scourer. Culling Drone, it's a 2/2 for 2 mana with Ingest. It's not too bad. Ingest basically when deals damage to a player, that player removes the top card of their library. Sky Scourer gets +1/+1, +1/+0. I play a colourless spell, and that's essentially what this is all about, is that there's a whole heap of other colourless cards that work together. Basically that's the idea of the deck. You have a lot of colourless cards to help build it up. Haven't put any wastes in this deck. That's mostly because I'm not going to require any wastes to cast spells or abilities, so we've just stuck with red and black lands. We've got Looming Spires in there as well. That just is a pretty nice little, oh hey, we'll just give this creature +1/+1 at first strike. Alright, let's kick it off. Alright, here we go for game 1. Let's see how this deck works. Unfortunately, with the lack of removal spells, it might suffer a little bit due to the lack of control, but we'll see how it goes. This is more just try and get creatures out and rush down. Definitely not keeping that hand. No lands in that hand. Yeah, I mean, we've got a little bit of burn early on. It's a little bit unfortunate that that's all we've got to kick off with. We'll drop the Dragon Skull Summit. Might as well get that out now. I mean, I could wait till I play a Mountain or Swamp. That would come out untapped, but I've got nothing really to play, so might as well pull it out. It has unfortunately revealed what sort of deck I'm using. At the moment, red-black seems... I'm a little bit iffy on red-black at the moment. I think it's lacking a lot of the real power it needs. We'll see what we're up against, see how we go. I'm not really expecting a heck of a lot out of this deck. If anything, it's probably more just a fun look at trying to get colourless cards to work together. So at the moment we can tell he's using a red deck. I think that's going to cause me a bit of trouble. We'll drop down the Swamp, Rune Servitor. It's a reasonably good opening. Rune Servitor is just a nice, as I said, it's for 2 mana, it's actually not a bad card. I recommend it for quite a few decks, especially if you're needing a bit of filler. And the other is that drawing is very, very efficient. I mean, there's no reason why you can't afford to draw a couple of extra cards in this game. Okay, so he's red-green. Yeah, bunch we can tell. Not going to attack. Is he going to play something this turn? I get the feeling he will play something. Second turn. I mean, if you haven't really got anything out by the 3rd turn, you're probably going to have a bit of a struggle on your hands. Okay, he's not playing anything this turn. Well, let's play down the mountain. Nothing really for me to play at the moment. I think we'll just go out and attack. He might try and burn, which I don't know. Nope, nothing. Okay, that's cool. It would be nice to get that Barrage Tyrant out, but then we can sort of fling a lot of our cards around. So what's he gonna play? He plays Silverfur Partisan. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control can stay with spout and put a 2/2 green wolf. That is going to be a little bit of an issue. We'll drop that down. I might have to do a double burn to knock that out. Let's see what he does. I mean, if I lose the Ruined Servitor, I'm not really going to complain. That's a nice big card for later on. Let's call it there. It does 2 damage. We might as well knock out that Silver Partisan. Get the chance. Okay, I'm dropping a Fiery Impulse now. He'll probably get another Silver Partisan. Bit unfortunate. We're going to drop another one down. Let's get rid of that now. I don't really want those hovering around. Unfortunately, that means wolf tokens, but to be fair, I'm sort of sitting there going, well, whoop-de-doo. Let's swing out with the Servitor. If he kills it, whoop-de-doo, I draw a card. I mean, I could use a few cards on top. It's actually kind of good to get a few cards. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to complain. Let's draw. I think it's going to be best at the moment to drop the Barrage Tyrant. That's going to be a good card to have out in the field now. So I'm guessing he's got a wolf or a werewolf deck. Not surprising, really. What do we got? Whenever a permanent you control transforms into a non-human creature, put a okay. So he's trying to pump out a lot of wolf tokens. Unfortunately, it's not enough damage. Let's drop Mountain. I'm kind of almost thinking like, I wonder if he'll take the bait. I mean, I'm not too worried if I lose. I'm wondering if he'll take the bait. I'm kind of hoping he will have. Yeah, I mean, personally, I would have just dropped the 2/2 wolf in front of it. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I don't get to utilize it, but whatever. I'm gonna drop. I mean, don't get the bonus out of the drone, but we'll drop the drone now. I can use that later. I think it's. I mean, I don't know why you would sacrifice that. It's like 5 damage. Drop your 2/2 in front. You can pull out a lot more tokens to chump block. Would have made sense, but whatever. Let that go through. I mean, it's 2 damage. I'm not going to complain. I mean, I'm already ahead, and I have Eldrazi Agro as a 3/2. Yeah, again. Okay, so basically, I can see why now. Screw it. We're going to attack. I'm going to knock that out. Basically, I'm pulling a bait. I'm baiting him out, really. I'm getting rid of a lot of his powerful cards. That's by advantage. Like, he's wasting a lot of those cards to get out. I mean, I still have Desolation Twin to come up. 7 mana. So Relentless gets +1/+1 Intense Trample. Giving it haste, but he'll have to. No, wait, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. So he's getting a slight upper hand on me now, because he's knocked out a lot of my big cards. We'll drop you down. Definitely gonna need some more mana to pull out the Desolation Twin. Fortunately, falling a bit behind on the mana. In reality, probably what I should have done is thrown in a. We'll take the damage. I think it's not gonna. I'm gonna lose anyway if he's smart. I'll try and. Yeah, actually, I just realised. You know, he's probably gonna get off a lot of damage. It's a total of what? 9 damage. I'm kind of stuffed next turn anyway, so unless I can knock that off in one go, or I could somehow manage to pull out Desolation Twin. Nope. I think we. It'd be nice to get that out a bit earlier. Oh well. First game is a loss. That wasn't too good. Yeah, unfortunately, that game was a loss. Alright. Alright, we'll see how we go in game 2. Yeah, unfortunately, what's going to hold this deck back is the lack of burn. Alright, to game 2. Unfortunately, we're still running into the problem with this deck that it lacks. It says on the stats that this has a good control, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's actually the case. That's a case start. Yeah, I guess we'll get the 2/2 out. Unfortunately, the problem is this lacks a lot of burn power. Let's drop Swamp. That is the biggest problem. As we saw in the previous game, it's so throwing yarn 1/1. I mean, it's not really that much of an issue for me to, I think, put down the culling drone. Can't really do anything. So yeah, I don't think he's going to attack with that unless he tries to kill off my card. Okay, he's going to pump it up. I'm tempted to just say stuff it. It's probably worth blocking. Oh no, wait, hang on, that has. No, it has haste. Sorry, I thought this was straight. Now screw it. Let's just. I mean, I'm not too worried about the culling drone. It's a cheap card. And he's just pulling out another Infectious Bloodlust. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do right there. Land, and then we can get the Vestige of Emrakul out, which we'll need to put in play before we get Duststalker out. So it looks like he's playing mono red. Okay, that's Charge It. No, that is not surviving. That is sorry, but that is going while I still can. We're not letting him pull that one out. yep, we get to play the Stitch of Emrakul. I actually probably should have reused Reeve's Soul rather than that. Oh well. Let's see what else we get. Actually, no, that was good because I played it on my turn. Reeve's Soul is a sorcery. Yeah, whatever. We can burn that later if we have to. As long as it's enchanted. I think best option is to attack. See if we can knock it out with oh, he's going to let it through. I think we'd better burn that because I know what he's going to do. I know exactly what he'll do, so the best option is to get rid of it now and then just leave it there. Because what he'll do is he'll put the enchantment on, so and that would become too powerful for me to kill. So, yeah, Pyromancer's Assault, whatever. He's not going to play anything this turn, so I think be nice to get that out. But I'm thinking let's grab the Duststalker now. That's a nice heavy amount of damage. Yeah, because that will give me quite a bit. And if I have to, I can finish him off next turn, actually, which is quite nice. Let's finish up. Let's actually win this properly. Screw this. Let's go through. Attack with all. And we'll drop 2 Twin Bolts. Finish up. So that worked in my favour, mostly because I could knock off a lot of his creatures early on. Anyway, wrap that one up. Alright, we'll go game number 3. We'll see if we can finish off that final quest with just this game. See how it goes. Alright, let's have a look at where we've got. Yeah, that's not too bad a start. If I can stall out to get 8 lands and play Breaker of Armies, that would be quite good. But I think the problem is yeah, I really should be playing green and doing a mana ramp for those sort of big cards and filled up the deck with more burn spells. That's a bit unfortunate. We'll drop. So I think he's using a. I get the feeling he'll be playing a vampire deck of some description, either red-black or mono-black. Okay, so he's interesting. He's a little bit stuffed for. That might actually work in my favour for a little bit. I'm going to be taking a little bit of damage early on, but we'll play Swamp and drop down the Rune Servitor. Again, this is the Rune Servitor, as I keep saying, it's, for 2 mana, it's actually a very, very useful card in the early game. We've got the advantage of dropping down some pretty good cards next turn as well. I mean, that... so I'll play Looming if it lets me, yep. It'll give my creature first strike, and then we will swing out. I mean, we've come back quite nicely. It's not doing well for lands. I mean, I don't know why you would have started with 1 land, unless if I was playing a Goblin deck where nothing cost more than 4 or 5 mana. Well, most of it was like Oh, we'll drop the Rune Servitor as a defender. If I was playing, say, a Goblin deck, in which most of my cards will be 4 or 5 mana, that like maybe one card at 5 mana, most of like one card at 4 mana. Yeah, he's not looking too good. Let's go. Let's attack with the Servitors. And if he decides he can knock out one, but he could lose his creatures. Let's drop. Let's drop the Vile Aggregate, actually. So, if I was playing, say, Goblins, or back in the original Mirrodin set with Affinity, you can probably get away with one or two. You can get away with one land in your hand, because I managed to scale a Goblin deck once down to about 18 lands, and it was still winning. But that's because most of the cards there cost 1 mana, so it didn't really matter. I don't. Okay, he's got a Child of Night. Be interesting to see how that goes. Just attack with all. I mean, we can't really. I mean, the best you can do is knock out a Servitor or two. Yeah, so we'll try and knock out the Servitors. Yep, screw it. I can lose my Servitor. That's not good for him. No, let's play the drone. That's going to be more effective. And continue. Like, I mean, I've still got a Fiery Impulse up, ready to go. To drop down if I have to. Another Child of Night. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. I mean, I'm now on 4 mana and I'm still holding out reasonably well. Let's, I don't care about the Servitor. He'll probably try and take out the drone. I mean, that's the smart move. Prevent 3 damage and stop me from drawing. Yeah, the ingest as well. So that was his best move he could do. Still has to ingest. That was also pretty nasty. I'm gonna drop another drone. This is. And call that there. I mean, yeah, he really needs to find a way of knocking that out, preventing the damage from that. Yeah, whatever. And have I played any? Better play the red spell at some point. There we go. So I've got the Twin Bolt. I've got the best bet for me. Just go, attack, and Twin Bolt is actually going to be quite effective here. Alright. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to stop that. Twin Bolt. Let's go you and you. That way I keep my creature alive. And then I can't Fiery Impulse him directly. So we will call that there. That at least means I want the quest next at the end of this. I mean, this isn't actually a bad deck. The issue with this deck is if I can't sort of keep some form of control over the battlefield. So he killed himself. Anyway, it's not a bad deck. Yep. I mean, it was an amazing deck. He basically won that last game because he didn't really have the mana. It's a deck that I think if you don't get a balance of burn spells and Eldrazi together, it's gonna probably lose out. Other than that, I mean, it's basically just an aggro deck. But yeah, with that, cheers for watching, guys.